What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. It feels like it's going to be messy today because Mano's here.
Hey.
We've been drinking some tequila.
Hey.
Alchemist is here, a.k.a. Alan the Chemist.
I'm here. I'm here.
And Havoc is here. What a celebration.
Hey.
Cheers to y'all, man.
Cheers.
This is
Legendary.
amazing. Like
Legendary.
another
Legendary.
classic album. How does it feel?
Oh, man, it feels real good. It feels good.
Infinite.
Long overdue, you know what I'm saying? The first album since Prodigy passed away. Mobb Deep had some unfinished business, you know what I mean? And just wanted to kind of go out with a bang.
Right. And listen, I just want to tell you, man, as an avid Mobb Deep fan, I'm here for it. I try to tell you as much as I can when I see you how much the Mobb Deep music influenced me, what it did for me when I was I Block, Elmira, Fire Gallery, going through it, right, and what that meant for me. So I always want to give y'all that y'all credit because for me, and this is no pandering or nothing, Mobb Deep to me is the greatest two-man group ever, and I've been on that.
Thank you, man. I mean, that's
Been on that.
huge.
I agree.
That's huge. That's huge.
100%.
Thank you.
I'm standing on it.
Thank you. That's
Classic music. I listen on a superficial level. Mobb Deep meant a lot to me going to the tunnel as a child. You know.
Yeah. As a child, did you hear the key word?
Not really a
The
child.
key
I
word.
mean,
As a
Key
young
word.
girl
as a under
out there in the
21.
world,
Right.
fake
person.
ID.
But and it's great to have both of you here today. So both of you produced this album fully. It's either Alchemist or Havoc, and what a great combination it's always been. Just to see you, and Alchemist. I think people always have to acknowledge like the consistency that you've had from just a young age. From the Hooligans.
Man. Sheesh. The 90s.
From the 90s to
Yeah.
now. A lot of people cannot keep that going. I don't even know how you have the catalog that you do or how you're even able to produce the way that you are.
I love it, man. Come on. Think about this job we have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I get to do what I love to do from day one. I would have done this anyways, just for fun, because it's something that's spiritual and something I love. But then we found a way to monetize it. Come on. That was when I was 15, I went on tour. 93, the Soul Assassins tour. So, that just
Shout
that
out to
fucked
DJ
my whole
Muggs.
life up. That fucked my life up. And I got to see it. You know what I'm saying? Because they were doing it. At the time, Cypress Hill, House of Pain, they were.
Yeah, 100%.
And I was on
We
it.
can't forget that.
I was a kid on tour with them, and I saw it.
You went to school.
For sure. And then I moved to New York, and was
People
going to
thought
school.
you were from New York for real.
But hooking up with them changed everything.
So you hooked up with, because I was unclear, because I was on to the Mob since really 95, right? Since the Infamous. Then you came a little later, right?
Murder Music album.
But you did Prodigy solo album, right?
That was around the same time of Murder Music.
Okay.
Yep,
okay.
H&IC.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I was a
HNIC,
fan just like you. Like
Right.
when I met
Definitely.
Hav and Pete,
Right.
I was stuck. This is Mobb Deep. I
Right,
was
right,
already
right.
just a super fan, living in New York underneath Muggs,
Mm-hmm.
and they let me rock like that. You think how much that meant to me. Think of Mobb Deep.
Oh, y'all worked with them too.
Yeah.
Y'all did, y'all did a song with Muggs and them, right?
Yeah, we did.
Soul Assassins.
Yeah, we
Soul
did.
Assassins.
Yeah.
It
We
was
did
like on a B-side or something.
It was it a compilation or something?
It was a
like that?
compilation. It was
Yeah.
something.
Soul
Right,
Assassins
right,
album.
right,
I think even Jizza was
Yeah,
on
Jizza
it.
was on that.
Yeah.
Then I was just moved to New York but think about it. Like Hav is one of the greatest producers of all time.
Indeed.
Once I met him, it was already like that. So the fact that he let me rock, you know what type of confidence that gave me? Like, and then you got P. We had the
Right,
best
right.
at the time. P was the best rapper.
He had
period.
your own chemistry
Over time.
right? Y'all had HNIC and a lot of those y'all had your
Yeah.
own separate chemistry. It
was a blessing.
that was very visible.
I mean, think of the connection to Mobb Deep. So
Mm-hmm.
the magic of that, I was so close to it that some of the juice fell off, and I was able to be around P a lot, and
Yeah.
we developed a lane too that was like running side to side with Mobb Deep.
Right,
It was
right.
just-
How does collaboration work in those early days? Because, both being producers, both producing on the albums, even being I don't like that, or being yo, that's dope. How was that ego-wise? Because sometimes that could be difficult, especially as young people coming in the game.
Well, for me, luckily we didn't have those moments where I'm like, nah, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, not saying it because he's sitting here, but he was a dope producer as soon as I met him. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a life student, so it inspired me from day second. You know what I'm saying?
real.
Second,
So
first second.
You wasn't, your energy wasn't like, man, who this guy trying to come in here and do? Like, you wasn't on that.
Nah. I wasn't even, because that's just my personality.
Right,
like,
right.
if something's dope, fuck. Pardon me, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to curse, but
It's okay.
You know
I'll
what I'm
curse
saying?
mad times.
Oh yeah, I'm
But-
my bad.
No,
Sorry.
Nah, because you would think that somebody like, nah, what, you crazy? I'm producing all of this. Like, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? But if somebody's dope and
He dope.
and he's has the opportunity to be in the camp, I'm like, cool. And I get the opportunity to fall back and write more. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm a rapper first.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right,
So
right.
I'm like, oh, thanks. Somebody's coming in.
When you guys first came into the game and with Juvenile Hell, y'all were on 4th and Broadway.
Yeah.
And you had some big producers on, a couple of big producers on there. Premier was a
Yep.
producer on that project, and Large Professor.
Yeah.
How did that even happen back then? Was that the label setting that up, or was that you guys with your relationships? Because I always wonder, nowadays, people DM people, they hook up on social
Right.
media, but then in real life, you guys were teenagers.
Yeah.
How did people take you seriously at such a young age?
Because the content that we was, coming with, like when Primo first heard us, he was like, oh, snap. And, of course, the label, we told the label, like, yo, we like Premier, we like Large Professor. So they reached out and got these people for us. But when those people got with us, they was like, oh, nah, these kids is actually dope. So Primo came to our house, like, to chill with us and vibe with us. You know what I mean? He didn't have to do that. Large Professor's from Queens, and he came and vibed. So it was what me and Prodigy was making that made it just, like, real comfortable for them to just come and chill with us.
Do you remember your first song that ever got on the radio?
Yeah. It was like Hit It From the Back.
I knew it. That video
From
was
the
a
back,
wild
from the
video.
back, from the back.
I remember Shorty Don't Front Better Act.
So, like, come on.
Yeah, I felt
it's
like
funny that people
something
don't
was
know
in the
that
water,
album.
water in Queensbridge, bro. Like all these artists coming out of one New York City project. Like that was, to me, I was super like interested in that. Like I couldn't understand like how so many, like how was it back then? Like when you come out, you got Nas over here, you got you over here, you got so many different artists.
Like, check it. Like, so when you growing up in Queensbridge, the first person that you learn about, or first people you learn about, is MC Shan,
Right.
Roxanne Shante, Marley Marl. And these people are coming back to the hood, like, every other week, and you seeing them.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like, imagine you 8 years old and you 10 years old, and you see these people, they look larger than life to you, right? And so you kind of catch that bug immediately from there. You like, okay, I'll play a little bit basketball. That's all right. I'm not that good. I'm not tall enough.
rapper.
You know what I'm saying? But I could, I could write, I could rap, and so I just took that lane.
I always feel like you've been the more low-key one, too, because I'll never forget, and, of course, rest in peace to Prodigy. When he put that book out, boy, he opened up all kinds of but it was such I enjoyed it, and I appreciate it, because he even was able to tell things about himself. I think sometimes when people write books about themselves, they don't want to ever be critical of themselves or, like, tell the truth about that, but I felt like he was all in with it.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I wish that I could write something like that. You know what I mean?
But
I mean, a book is coming.
I'm like, why can't you?
I mean, yeah, that book is coming. But yeah, like, that was P, man. Outspoken. And that was good for me because I got a chance again to like kind of fall back and just because I am naturally just the chill one. You know what I mean? Like I, for real, like. That's
But y'all
just me.
ended up in the middle of all kind of things, that-
Yeah. Saying thanks to, what I mean, Mr. P himself. But nah, I mean, but then, at the end of the day, I'm riding for my dog.
Right,
like, you know what I'm
100%,
saying? Even if it's not my beef, but now I'm standing.
Eye for an eye. Your beef is mine. Hey.
Yeah, nah, that's real. Like,
He's
and
definitely
that's how it is.
yeah.
That's how it is back at home in all of our hoods, right?
That's
Like, yo, that's
100%.
my man. He might be wrong,
That's
but
it. It's my guy. Right or wrong.
I'm standing with him. So
Did
that's
y'all know? Because I like to have such legendary. Like my favorite albums are Infamous, Murder Music, and Hell on Earth. Right? Did y'all know like with the Infamous like that when y'all was writing that like that was gonna be what it was like what it became?
Yo, it was such a nervous time. Like you understand what I'm saying? You got Illmatic is out, right?
Right.
We was talking about the Juvenile Hell. That didn't do so good commercially, right? So our backs were kind of up against the world. So it was just like kind of like a test for us. Like, you know what I mean? Like what y'all gonna do? I mean, Wu-Tang is our label mates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I mean, the bar is like super high. Like, what are you going to do?
Nas is from your projects.
But, and everybody's playing his music, and they
Right.
not playing yours. You understand what I'm saying?
But then you have all these people on the album too.
Right, because Shook Ones afforded us that,
Yeah.
right? Like we made Shook Ones early when we started making the album, and that came out, and we had to work that record for like a year. And everybody started believing in us once that record started getting
You already said
everywhere.
they worked that record for a year.
For a whole year, we worked that record.
Before it became,
Yes.
so we came out in 94 really, but 95 is when it popped.
Them records like that back then, a hit record used to grow legs
Yeah.
and just walk out the room for 6 months. You know what I mean?
Because
A
you
record
couldn't just
had-
stream it.
A record had life back then. You know what I mean?
We
Think
used to have
about
to
that.
listen to the radio and record it
Right,
off the
right,
radio on a
right,
cassette
right.
to be able to hear it over
What?
and over again.
Like, but that's crazy because y'all were making the album with that was hot already.
Right.
So
Right,
so I guess
so
Ray and Nas,
And it
they
gives
knew.
you confidence.
And
You knew
Q-Tip.
it. Tip, yeah.
And listen,
That's
we all
crazy.
know these people. Nas wouldn't have rapped with us if just because we was from his neighborhood.
Right.
He wouldn't have did that.
That might be more reason not to.
Right. He was like, nah, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to beat y'all. But nah, so that just speaks to the record that we put out. And, you know, we didn't know, to answer your question, we didn't know what we was making, but we knew we had to make something. You know what I mean? So that was just...
Yo, I just realized that 3-album run might be one in that conversation. You know, they always talk about the best 3 albums
Right.
in a row.
100%.
Infamous.
100%.
Hell on Earth, Mother
100%.
And bowling, that's like 3
Hold
strikes
on a
in
minute.
Turkey.
Yeah. That was a
That's a
3
1, 2,
album.
3.
Yeah, 100%.
But you know, think about the people that you collaborated with too, Alchemist. Like you've done a lot of collab projects.
Yeah.
That's a great run too. Just to
Blessing.
be, yeah.
I got to work with some of the best and people I really genuinely love, and most of them we built like an actual friendship too. So it was like, even with Pete, really, it's funny because Return of the Mac was probably the first one I did like that, where I got to produce a whole project. Because at that time, me and him was really locked in, and it was around the time after the G Unit album, I remember, because we put the record out and it was cooking, but people were kind of like fronting on us a little bit, and I remember Pete was like, "We got to show him, son. We got to get the streets hot." And we were talking about he used to wear the Mac 10 chain.
Hell yeah,
I was like, remember during Hell on Earth, you used to have that Mac 10 chain? He was like, yeah, we should do a tape like that. That's why we called it Return of the Mac, because it was a return to that era.
Right.
And he just was trusting me, and I was able to make a whole plate, because I wasn't doing whole albums yet.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Pete was the first. And then from then I could name, 10 different records that I was lucky to do.
And it's
from
good
that.
because you have the legends, but then you also have no problem working with the newer artists too.
I love it.
You
I
know,
always
Larry
keep my
June,
ear-
I think that, Freddie Gibbs, he's not as, but he's still newer as far as eras wise.
Yeah.
So, and it's just interesting to me also because you know how hip hop is. There's people that don't get along with people, but you manage to like unscathed work with everybody.
It gets sticky sometimes. I gotta play it right. I just like to be. I just always say I'm Geneva. You know what I mean? I try to be Switzerland in the situation, and just like what I mean. I'm here to make music and relationships. Sometimes it gets tricky because we're all men, and but I try to be right. Even during the time when. Damn, I ain't even gonna talk about that. I don't want to bring back old stuff.
What?
Nah,
But there were times
totally.
when there was issues and like
Nas and
well, yeah. Actually, it wasn't like major funk, but at the time with Nas and P, when they had their little
Yeah, they
had
had-
some issues.
Yeah.
That was when I went to work with Nas on Godson, and I definitely asked for P. I told P, and y'all like, yo, son.
and you guys got your money.
If P would have said.
No, you wouldn't have done it.
I don't think I would have, and that's because I really rock with Mobb Deep like that. We were like family, but P was like, go make some heat. He was really like that. He was like, go give him some heat. He was never the type to ever. He was a team player. He supported
Right.
everything we all did. He was
And
with
even
it.
you being from the West Coast, people sometimes were thinking that you were like on the East Coast side of things.
I don't.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, like, because sometimes it's just who you rock with.
For sure.
And you can get caught up in something and you be like, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
It
I'm
happens.
just-
The streets get intertwined with the music sometimes, and you just got to play it right. But being down with Mobb, I was with Mobb Deep, so I could tell you various shows where in the middle of the show, pop, 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 close up the equipment, we out of here.
Gotta go.
It was usually Connecticut. They're
Connecticut.
live.
sweet.
They
Connecticut.
get busy in Connecticut. But it was never. It was just, and it was shows where we would come out of the show. On the way to the van, and the car would pull up and be like, yo, Mobb Deep, we love y'all. And just pull out a 45 just to show us that they was
was
thorough.
real too,
But
yeah.
we were like, we out of here. We don't know who the fuck that is.
We got nothing to do.
Yeah, like
You know, it's interesting.
Remember that? It was times.
I was telling Mano that when I was younger, when I was in college, I also did photography. I gotta find these pictures because I have pictures from going to a Mobb Deep show.
Wow.
But it was early on, and there were so many people on stage. I was like, I don't know who's in the group because it was early on. And people did not used to know it was only two of them.
Mobb Deep, the name.
Right.
And there would be like 30 people on stage.
Right.
And we're looking like, who is rapping? I can't even see who the person is holding the mic.
Right. I mean, yeah, we had to kind of like, you know, as the years went on, kind of like, you know, show you who we are by like just me and Prodigy. But I think in that era of the 90s when artists used to, you know, try to make it, and when they did make it, the hood was happy for them.
You bring everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a reckless movement. It's just that everybody was happy.
I was like, is this stage going to collapse on them?
I always
a lot of people.
I always felt like Noyd was the third member.
Yeah.
Officially, unofficially, like he was like the third member because he stayed so close to y'all. Yeah. You know?
And he's on this new album too.
He is on this new album, and like Mano said, Noyd is like the unofficial third Mobb Deep member who I still bring on the road to this day when I'm performing, and you know,
rapper.
You know, Prodigy can't be replaced. But damn, that Noyd energy is crazy.
And he was there. So
he was there, and he was there.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
You know what I mean? And he does a great job, and I gotta salute Big Noyd.
You did recognize and realize?
I did. Yes.
And I want to say with this new Infinite project, it doesn't sound like you're trying to be like music that's out today. It feels like a classic Mobb Deep album. And that's what I think was good. It's not like chasing the sound of what's happening now. Yeah. It kind of feels like modern but nostalgic still at the same time.
Right.
He laid out a sound from day one with Mobb Deep. You know, through those 3 albums we were talking about, he laid the script out for even me to come through and add on. Yeah. So I feel like it was a grain. It was that's one thing Mobb Deep had over other groups. They had an internal producer who was in charge of the fucking sound.
That helped to define a sound.
And then now, moving forward, we just felt like we could just, because we in real time. We listen to stuff now. We always add new elements to the beats, but we know the Mobb Deep sound because of Hav. So I felt like when we got together, I was just following his lead. And Hav always made the majority of Mobb Deep albums. Anytime I would just come through and add 2 or 3 joints. And that's how we did it again.
Yeah, Taj Mahal is a banger. I
appreciate it. Yeah, that was, for P. Like,
crazy.
I made that beat. It was like, who else would this beat be for?
And it sounds perfect.
It's for Mobb Deep.
And I want to say, we was in here listening, and I thought Mano was, when I tell you I said Gunfire, you got to do like an unofficial remix or something.
Right.
Gunfire.
I felt like that's your vibe, Mano.
Right.
I mean, come on. I know.
Let's go.
We still make beats for P every day. I make beats for P every day still. I'll make a beat and be like,
With
damn.
him in mind.
For sure. I'll be like, P would have loved this. I still do it. I'm stuck. Like, it's forever. You know what I mean?
And then working with the clips too. Finally, like that was that was an amazing moment to have this on this project too. And the timing of it, I think, is perfect, being that they're coming off of their project.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's how the universe works, right? Like, we wanted that clips feature, right? So we got it, and we didn't even know that they was working on the album. You know what I mean? We didn't know they was working on the album. Next thing you know, before we even put our album out, here comes Clips with this legendary run, like, you know what I mean? And so I couldn't be more thankful. Just the universe is amazing.
Now, another thing that I want to talk about is starting off the album with Against the World and putting that song out. Talk to me about, even because I know everything matters when it comes to a project like this.
Right.
So Against the World as the first song, tell me the vibe and the feeling behind why that is how we opened it up.
Well, Alchemist saw it another way. I saw it another way, but both ways is dope. The reason why I wanted Against the World to go first on the album is because there's a part in the song, actually towards the end of the song, where Prodigy's like, "Yo, I love you, Hav. See you on the other side." You know what I mean? And even before that, he comes on saying, "I'm back." You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it sets you up.
It sets the tone that he's on this.
It sets the tone.
Yo, man, losing the brother, right? We all know we lost family members, and I know you lost your brother very early, Killer Black.
Yeah.
But P, it just we all knew that he had, you know, his sickle cell or whatever.
Right.
But so suddenly,
Yeah.
and y'all like one of the highest touring groups, right? Like at that point, did you feel like you didn't want to do no more Mobb Deep music?
Man, you know, that's a loaded question. It's kind of difficult to answer because in one sense, it's like Prodigy's not here, Mobb Deep is over. You understand what I'm saying? Mobb Deep is there is no Mobb Deep, but we do still have a legacy that we want to continue. You understand what I'm saying? So when Prodigy passed away, I didn't immediately think like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna do with touring? It just kind of like happened naturally. It's like,
Over
yo,
time,
yeah,
though.
you know, like over time, it's like, yo, let's just go out and because if I don't perform Shook Ones, who's gonna perform it? You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? And I believe that's a really dope song for people to
Like, how do you not
It's
perform
a
that?
timeless song
you know what I'm
forever.
saying? And so we do that, you know, and we just do it to the best of the ability that we can do it. And like I said, there's no replacing Prodigy, but you know, it's just one of those things.
How does it also feel that for both of you, everybody that you came up with in the game is like really still doing big things, like seeing Capone and Noriega and doing Drink Champs, or seeing Joe and Jada having their podcast together, or, you know, just seeing all these people that you're like, damn, we all came in this, like, and we're
Yeah.
still here and still making money and still just really killing it. Like, isn't that a great feeling when you can go and see those people that you actually know and have history with and have stories with, and can be like, and Nas, like being on Mass Appeal Records and, you know, doing this whole Legend Has It campaign, being part of that. That has to feel like a amazing, and you have a song on here called My Era, but to see everybody from, you know, your era still out here,
Still
like,
out here moving.
yeah.
I mean, I love seeing my friends win. I don't know about you. Like, you know, they got that saying, "It's lonely at the top." Who made that up? Why I gotta be lonely at the top? Why can't we all be at the top together? I never
right.
understood that.
But that's why though, because being at the top alone is lonely. That's what he meant.
But
Yeah.
We need
yes,
we need our friends to win.
we do. We
We
do.
need them to win with us.
And seeing everybody win is like the best thing to me. I love it. But it also is a testament to if it's something you love and it's in your heart. Because, you know, you could come into this game and get paid quick.
Yeah.
And get up out of it. And you could just squeeze the towel and just take the bread and jet. But a person like Jada or Fat Joe or the people you mentioned, Nori, Mobb, we love it. You know what I mean? And you can see it. You know, it's not like they're just doing it to cash in. It was never that. And so the fact that now everybody's in the winner's circle, come on, it only makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember the first time you actually turned down a big check? I read something where you were talking about it feels good that I don't have to, like, just because it's a couple $100,000, I don't have to take it because I need the money.
Yeah.
You just do what it is that you want to do. When did you get to that point when you
Recently.
were like, really?
That changed everything. Just saying no. Yo, my man, shout out to Action.
Freedom to be able to do that.
Action Bronson, shout out to my brother. He really put me on. Because he used to say no. He said, just say no, and the price is going to double. 'Cause there used to be a time when I was like, well, what they got? I got to take that.
Right.
You know, I used to be a little more nervous, but now I realize you got to know your worth.
That's right.
You got to know when to be like, nah, because they're going to come back and be like, all right, what you need?
Right.
And you'll be like, oh, it was like that the whole time? So I've learned, and also, thank God, we were able to find a way to make this music economical, make it, you know what I mean? We have a way, there's an ecosystem now with the vinyl and the merch, selling direct to consumer, tours. We do good. Without radio, without any of that, we all have, you know, I'm on a sold out tour with Freddie Gibbs right now. Like, we're doing shows every night. So it's like, that's the blessing, you know what I mean? So I just feel thankful to be able to do it and even still do it and have all of that come to 25. We got a new Mobb Deep album.
Imagine
Like how
that.
much, what could be better? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just thankful.
What about you, Havoc? Do you remember when,
Do I remember
like a time when you were finally able to be like, I'm
I hate to brag, but it's
been a long time,
You
yeah.
know, you know,
You're like, I was
it
18.
feels good. It feels no. It
Figure
feels
that out.
it feels good because there has been times, a lot of times, that I was like, nah, I'm not turning that down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, give me that bread. You know what I'm saying? And even though we might be in a good position now, just the the PTSD from it make me just want to take all the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I be like, what? Huh?
I better
leave
take
that
it
on the
now.
table.
Yeah,
What's
right,
gonna
who knows
happen?
what
I
happens,
feel like
right?
a squirrel just collecting nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta get that.
Thinking about also iconically being on Loud Records at a time when everybody was on Loud Records.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best run ever. Shout out to Steve Rifkin.
Yeah.
Man.
Might have been the best.
How much fun was that though? Because I remember, I used to work at Wu-Tang, so going up to Loud Records, y'all had people working there. I remember Tahim worked in the mailroom.
R.I.P. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to him. You got people jobs, like you know what I'm saying?
Man. It was like family. We know it was business, but it felt like family. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Wu-Tang on the label. You got Big Pun. You know what I'm saying? It's Mobb Deep. So going up to the label is like, you don't know who you're gonna run into.
You never know who's there.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it was a beautiful time.
Steve always had all the security.
Yeah, right? Like the security. Yeah, man, it was dope.
Mm-hmm. And I saw when you signed to Loud Records, because obviously coming off like the first deal, that was your second deal,
Yeah.
right? Signing to Loud Records. So when you went up there and putting something together, like Steve gave you guys a lot of freedom to kind of put it together how you wanted to.
Yeah. He gave us the freedom. He was like, yo, y'all could do what y'all want. Just do, I trust y'all, whatever, because he loved the demo. And that was a recipe for something great to come.
It was just a demo that just.
It was just a demo, like, you know what I mean? Because look, man, when you that young, you know what I'm saying, and you fail, you automatically bounce right back up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we did. Like, you know what I mean? The first project didn't work. We get to Steve Rifkin. He just got a cubicle. He said, yo, man, just do what you want to do. You know what I mean? But by the way, here, take this Wu-Tang CD out, And we like, all right, what's this? All right, cool. We on a label with the best group in hip-hop of all time and don't even know it. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? But we quickly found out.
Crazy.
And it was a beautiful time, like, you know what I'm saying?
It feels like early on you guys had a great connection with Raekwon too. Like that was
Yeah. Because him and Ghost, Ray and Ghost, they kind of reminded us of the big brother Mobb Deep. Like, you know what I mean?
It was like a group in themselves.
Right. You know what I mean? So naturally we really
and y'all
connected.
had chemistry every time y'all worked together.
Yeah.
That Mobb Deep, Ray and Ghost, y'all felt like y'all was a little mini crew, like Nighttime Vultures. You know what I'm
Right
saying?
back at you.
Come right back at you. Come on, like.
And me and Raekwon got a tour coming up
Yeah.
in November,
definitely.
where we celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Cuban Links and the infamous album.
30 years.
Yeah, we just was in rehearsals yesterday. We're gonna have rehearsals
I
today.
love his rehearsals and everything.
Yeah.
You just
I've
getting
been
on
on
the stage.
tour. I've been on tour with I've been on tour with Ray before though. That's my guy, man. I got a lot of love
And
for Ray.
listen, and aren't you and Meth working on something? Or?
We are finally we call it our COVID album, like
Yeah, 'cause it was before.
Yeah, we started it since COVID and still didn't finish it. But Meth was like, "Yo, I'm gonna put you in a headlock," and you see his, he diesel now, so I don't want that smoke.
I like how he's putting it into
30p.
fruition too,
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
keeps on being like, "Yeah, the album's coming."
Yeah,
We did
no,
some songs.
it really is. It really is. We've been in the studio consistently for the past, I would say, 6 weeks, and we finishing it up, and it's definitely gonna come out.
Also, Nas is on 3 songs on this project on Infinite. Was that? I feel like maybe he was hearing it and being like, "Yo, I got to get on that." Like, how did that happen?
I mean, it's always a blessing to get a Nas verse, but fortunately, we had 3 songs that he definitely wanted to get on, and I definitely wasn't gonna say no.
Has he ever done 3 songs on anyone's album before?
I
I
don't
feel like
think
that's
so.
a hard thing to get.
Nas picks and chooses who he wants to work with.
Right.
But y'all always, y'all had tons of songs with Nas.
Yeah, man. Like, yep. And even me producing on some of his projects, like, you know what I mean? So,
Family Tree.
Yeah. Definitely a family tree.
Well, that was a song.
Was it really?
Family Tree.
Family, yeah.
It was not. Yeah. P was right. P. Yeah.
Oh,
They had a couple joints.
That was yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. You produced that.
I did.
You fan with me, cause only family.
Had a good long
Family Tree. Yeah.
those tapped in.
I think so. I think we got.
This is
Yeah, we got.
hilarious.
Yeah. Yo, check.
Family.
This what happens when you're a legend. When you got so much heat, you forget.
Nah, that's that EJ.
Yeah, he was
made
in
me
love with
forget.
EJ, but that's over.
Jesus.
Come on.
But listen, they're telling us you have to wrap it because I know you guys have a lot going on, with the project coming out, Infinite. But congratulations. Absolutely love it. It's like perfectly right up my alley. I'm definitely one of those women that huge Mobb Deep fan. I'll let Mano have his because he was.
You already know, man.
But you
Listen,
already know though. You guys already
nothing but
know.
flowers on this side
you,
to
thank
both
you.
of y'all.
Thank you so much.
Both y'all.
And I'm an Alchemist fan too. So
Come on, man. Mobb Deep, this is landmark. This is like, classic, legendary, iconic shit. So to be able to have this record come out right now in 25 and it connect,
That's right.
and y'all, showing the love. And for my brother Havoc, like this, Mobb Deep is still here. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
that's
Yeah.
why, we got to celebrate it and
right.
keep the sound alive. And I think that's what we're doing.
how was it for you listening to some of those verses that you put on the project? Because I have to imagine that's not, while it also can feel like amazing, right? But it's also difficult.
I mean, man, like when you listening to certain verses where he like, yo, see you on the other side and all of that, it's like he had premonitions, you know what I mean? Like he foresaw a lot of things. It's kind of tough. It definitely is, listening to him a cappella with no beat behind it. But, when you're making an album, you got a job to do and you got to kind of stay focused. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely a challenge.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming through. Infinite, October 10th. The tour is happening with Raekwon. The album with Method Man. You're on tour right now with Freddie Gibbs.
Yes.
Anything with Erykah Badu? What's going? Okay.
The record's done.
Okay.
We'll see when it comes out. Shout out to
I'm
E.
like, what is
Mobb
going
Deep
on?
forever, baby.
Mobb, I got one more plug.
one more plug.
They can check me out on Shade 45 every Sunday
Yes.
at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the infamous hour. Word.
Oh, wow.
We can never forget that. I know
right.
you got some stories you haven't even.
Oh, the stories is
Wait
coming.
to that book.
stories
Just
is
one
coming.
more thing with this book. What is this book that you're working on?
Oh no, I was talking about I got a radio show on the
No, but earlier you said the book is coming.
Oh yeah, the book is coming. It's called The Silent Partner. I got a lot to say.
Okay, not so silent. I cannot wait. Man, listen, I love it. I love when people are able to tell the stories from their own point of view because we need that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you. And love seeing what you do. It's been a long time. Shout out to Angela. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Mano. This is dope. I appreciate y'all. For real.
Oh no, listen. Me
Long
and
time.
Alchemist, yeah.
Long time, but
Between
seeing you
Eminem,
kill it-
between
Seeing you kill it only makes sense. You know what I
Thank
mean? So
you.
straight up, appreciate you.
Thank you guys.